Most multicolor 3D printers are either complicated, expensive, or both. This one claims you can go from unboxing to clean multicolor prints in just minutes. And honestly, after using it, I get it.
Exterminate!
Bazinga!
What's up, guys? Scott here from Alpha Nerd Tech, and I hope you guys are having an amazing day. I know anytime I get to test out a new printer, it's amazing for me. So today we are taking a look at the brand new, much anticipated Anycubic Kobra 4. And this is not just the Kobra 4, this is the Kobra 4 combo. That means we get the brand new Ace 2 Pro system that handles automatic multicolor printing and filament management. And on top of that, we get active drying up to 65 degrees Celsius. This thing's amazing. It's been working great. I was actually able to recover some bad filament, get it dried up, and made some great prints I'm going to show you guys here in a little bit. So let's jump into this beginner-friendly printer and see if we can actually accomplish some really simple, easy prints and something a little more complex. And guys, this was sent over to me by Anycubic, but all of my opinions are mine. All of my prints you'll see right in front of you. You'll even see the timelines that printed them to know they came off the right printer. There are also some coupon codes down below and an affiliate link. Coupon codes you use however you want. They're not affiliate, but if you want to help the channel out, use one of the affiliate links and they will be down below. So let's jump right into this, guys. Alright, so first of all, I'm not going to do a full unboxing. I am, but I'm going to do it in very fast so you don't have to sit here and watch me struggle for the 18 minutes it took me. And I'll tell you, it can be done in 15 minutes, as they say. No problem. The only reason it took me a little extra long is because I wanted to take some pictures to show you guys exactly where the screws and holes and everything are located to get this thing apart and or get all the shipping screws and hold downs apart. And then I also wasn't quite ready with some of the tools. So anyway, the unboxing was really simple, as you can see, and that is the Z-axis. So we take the Z-axis screws out so we can move the Z-axis up and down. And then right down here in the front, you've got 4 screws. Now back here, they are a little tough to get to. You can see them down in here. I zoomed in here a little bit. And yeah, they're a little hard to get into back here. And then putting the print head on is super simple. So you got 4 screws total. And the top 2 are a little bit difficult to get to, but with a little finesse, you can get them down in there and get them tightened up. And you got 1 on each side there. And again, it's not that hard. And then back here in the bottom side, you've got 2 more. And you just get those in there, tightened up, and we'll be good to go. And now let's set up the Ace unit. So the combo does come with the Ace 2 Pro, and it's really easy to get set up. You literally have the 4 tubes, and it doesn't matter which port you put them in on the print head. I just made them all look good and then put them in the plastic keepers. Here on the side, that's a 3D printed plastic keeper. I did have a little bit too tight there. But then when you plug them into the back of the Ace, again, it doesn't matter where they go, because once it starts feeding, the Ace takes care of your color management. So number 1 is obviously on the far left, and number 4 is on the far right. We got our 4-pin connector here, plugs into the back, and then 6-pin on the Ace unit. And again, really easy, just plug them in. And loading filament is super simple. You just go to the filament screen and select the filament you want and hit the eject button. And it will start retracting the filament Now this process does take 40 to 45 seconds total. It's not super fast, but it doesn't take a lot of time. And then all you got to do is replace your filament here. So I'm taking out a PETG and I'm putting in a PLA, also by Anycubic, both of them. And the Anycubic filament comes with an ID chip inside the sticker, so it knows exactly what the filament is and how much is left on it. So you just load it in, and a few seconds later it will update on the screen with the filament type and how much is left on the reel. And that's literally how easy it is to swap out your filament. So after about a 20-minute setup, we got to have fun. And this is where we're printing our tests and a pair of poop chutes for both the Kobra X and the Kobra 4. And then I was printing some PLA here and some more PLA for the Ace 2 Pro stand that is above my printer now. And then you can see Pika going up here, and that's it. And this thing did an amazing job on every single print. And let's actually get into the print quality now, and I'll show you how it looks. But just look at that stand, isn't that sexy? Alright guys, we're going to jump into a couple of these prints now, and I'm going to show you my first layer tests. And I did a few of them, including a PETG one, just because I can. So this is a really good first layer. And before we jump ahead too far, let's get into why this thing makes such good first layers. So Anycubic is using something called the LeviIQ or LevIQ, and basically it's a 49-point auto leveling system that touches the bed in 49 different points, and along with the automatic calibration that it runs, you can see this thing just runs some amazing first layers and does not have an issue. Again, this thing did way better than my Kobra X, even though the Kobra X has the same technology. I have not updated my firmware on the Kobra X, so that could be part of it. But yeah, you can see just how amazing this thing does on first layers. So now the blue one is also a brand new filament. These are both PLA. And this is where it dropped a little bit of a purge that I forgot to clean off, but that's all right. You can look at that. Look at how well the lines join. Everything is just clean on this thing. And this is a way better result than I first got out of my Kobra X. The Kobra 4 just nailed it. I did not have to make any adjustments whatsoever. This is just right out of the box. Do a calibration, and this is the first layer I got out of it. And again, brand new material. Just opened. I didn't do any drying on this one. Now this is a Anycubic PLA that they sent me a while back, but it had sat in the Anycubic Kobra X rack for a while, and you can still see, besides a couple thick spots right here, everything else looks really good. And then this one is a PETG, and you can definitely tell it's a lot thicker. And it had also been sitting in the rack, so I don't know exactly what happened there. It's not a pattern that followed any of the other prints, so it might have just been something with the PETG, a dry spot in or something. But you can see, besides that one spot, it did a really good job. And you can't really see it on the first layer backside. So if you're doing something like the clocks or the logos like I like to do, it turned out really well. So first layer on the, especially on these two PET with the brand new, just open material, it nailed them. I mean, you can't get better than that. And then we did our overhang test and 3D print test. And this is just something I do on everything. And you can see here the text guess I should not do white anymore, but you can see the text is really good. Comes out really clean. And even the text on the bottom side came out a lot cleaner than most printers I test. Like you can actually read the bridge test, the whole test. You can actually read all the text in here that you usually can't read on some of my other prints. So it turned out really good. And then if you look at the overhangs, this thing made it all the way up to really clean, up to 60 with just a little bit of stringing here at 75, and then same here at the 80, but it made it all the way up to the 70 on that one. Really clean. 70-degree angle is really, really hard to get on a 3D printer. And then looking at the bridge test, there's no hanging at all on the bridge test. It nailed the bridge test, no problem. And then I have already done all the dimensions, and all the dimensions are good. I'm not going to sit here and measure every single one again, but all the dimensions are within 0.02. So the dimension test did really good. So you can see the bridging and everything is really good on this thing. Again, first layer just turned out amazing. White material, you can actually see the infill. And I did do a little bit lighter infill on this thing, but anyway, that's the bridge test. Turned out great. And then I wanted to do some PLA, and these are some encoder counters I'm using, I'm working on. And you can see just a slight amount of stringing, but turned out really good. And these are all PLA, same thing. You can see they just besides a little bit of stringing, they turned out amazing. This is some older material that I didn't take the time to dry, but I will show you here shortly some PLA that I did dry. And PETG. So this is PETG, and this is a tray I made for my server rack. And this is a dry material, and it turned out really good. Even that top surface there, I'm actually really impressed with that. Top surfaces, everything turned out really good. And then that was all the easy stuff. So let's jump into something that was a little more difficult. And we're going to start with my logo. So this is a logo on a box. And as you can see, that thing turned out perfect. That first layer is perfect. The logo turned out really good. This is some minor setting changes in the slicer when I'm setting it up. But again, there's a gray one. And it just super clean, smooth, no issues, no problems. I love the way this thing does the logos. And then this is a new test I've brought in that I'm going to start doing. And this is a logo test. So a text test. So it also does on the back, you have, even though it's backwards, but you have that test where you can see how well it's going to do on a logo. And then the front shows inset text in the black. So all the black is inset, and the blue is extruding. So you can see how well it does on the text. This is a double wall. When I do these in a single wall. But yeah, you can see it does a really good job. I'm really impressed with the way this turned out. That top surface is really nice, especially on that blue there. And that blue, like I said, is a brand new material right out of the pack. So that's a new test I'm going to be bringing into my 3D printing test just to show how well it does. And of course, we'll different colors depending on what we have. And then we have our clocks. And this thing turned out amazing. Like that bottom layer is just sweet. Here is another one I did, and we can get rid of that. But again, turns out really, really good. The logo in there looks amazing. And then one more. And this one I messed up on a bit. I don't know if you'll be able to see it in the video, but I forgot to change my infill. So my infill is only at a 5%. So you can actually, in person, yeah, you can see the lines in there. There you go. So you can see the infill lines, which you can't on the other ones. It's just because I forgot to switch it back after I did another test print. But the first layer quality, the text turns out amazing. And then we have this guy for some multicolor. And you can see, turned out really good. Very little to no bleeding at all. The colors are spot on. And to zoom in, we have a bigger one. So again, Pikachu turned out amazing, no issues. You don't see any masking like the raccoon mask type thing that you get on some of the ones, like let's see, like I got here on some minions that I did on my Flash Forge. You can just see the black fades into it. This guy didn't get that at all. He turned out really good. The colors pop. And this is the one I did the 5% infill in. You can see really checkered there. Just wanted to test it out. But again, I didn't colorize the stripes in the back just because I didn't want to deal with the extra time. But we are going to go through a couple settings here. And I'm going to show you what we got on the printer. All right, so let's jump over here to the slicer, and this is the Anycubic workbench. And you can see the printer here. And if we go to more information, you can see we've got almost 60 hours of print time on them, 59.14. So I did put a little bit of time on them just to really give it a good test. It is the latest firmware. I did update it when it came in. It had a firmware update, so I did go ahead and update it. And that's about it for there. All right, guys, there you have it. That is the Anycubic Kobra 4. And I know this video ran kind of long. I'm sorry, but I just really love showing these things off, showing what they can do. This one is a great printer. Everything I printed on it turned out really good. I can't complain about anything. There are affiliate links and coupon codes down below. Check them out. And guys, God bless you. Have a great day.